Happy people annoy the shit out of me when I'm stressed. Maybe you even come to class and you're like, she's so annoying. It's because what's happening in your body is giving you the experience. Dr. Norman Cousins. Have you guys heard of Norman Cousins? He was diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. And he had been studying illness, right? He was a doctor. And he understood the power that negative emotions and stress have on the body. That it's proven to lower your immune system. That all of the stress that 90% of the doctor's visits are due to stress or stress related. So when he was considering his own illness, what he realized is, well, if stress causes all of this negative stuff in our body, then there's got to be also something happening when there's positive emotion. So when he was diagnosed, he put himself into a hotel room and he watched funny movies for 8 hours a day. And this is how he healed himself. Because he was talking about in this interview that I was listening to that when we are happy, when we feel joyful, when we feel this sense of festivity, that the body makes more interleukins, and interleukins are what help the immune system become stronger. So it helps our body fight off the other things. So when you're stressed, you reduce the number of these that you make, and when you're joyful and when you're happy, he says, even if you're going on a roller coaster and you think this is so much fun, your body is making more than you could ever even buy. That situation turns on the pharmacy in your brain, which is the biggest pharmacy in the world, and it starts to send this whole healing message. And that joy and laughter and connection and all of these things make us very healthy. When you have this feeling of stress, something's going wrong, right? And you label it, this is bad. You label it. That the label that you give it starts to determine how you feel about it. So when you label something as bad and then the hormones start to flood your body, then you start to feel this feeling of helplessness. Now when you start to feel helpless, now the bar starts raising because now you don't know what to do. Now you feel this level of stress, you're like, I don't know what to do. And so how does that make you feel? Even worse. You're creating a pattern. When this happens, I do this. When this happens, I do this. When this happens, I do this. Now you don't know how to get out. So everything that happens that triggers even a little bit of fear, you respond like this, at this high level. This is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. And now you don't know how to break the pattern. So that is literally what we do in here. We literally come in so we can wake up and start to groove new things, create new grooves, new ways to respond, new ways to react, new ways to speak, new ways to see things so that we don't have to be the victim of our old habits. We're not even likable in this state. Who likes somebody who's like, nyeh, 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 nyeh? It's annoying. When you're feeling good, that's annoying. Or even worse, you start to like right back because they're your friend. And you want to talk about how great your life is when somebody else is like, right? So then we lower ourselves to hang out with everybody else. Did you ever notice when you're walking in the street and this weather is so bad? Everybody's talking about how bad the weather is. Everybody. Because they don't have something else to talk about. So they talk about and say, doesn't this weather suck? Yeah, it sucks. Don't you hate it? I'm so tired of it. It's awful, right? Yeah, it's awful. Now you build that energy, and the next thing that you go to, oh my God, isn't this awful? Isn't that awful? Because now that's the way that we connect. Because our number one thing is we need connection. We need love. We need connection, and we'll get it in any way, even if it means I have to lower myself down to connect to somebody else who's being grumpy and sad. So it's very hard to break this pattern. So if you want to be happier and you want to be healthier and you want to be able to give your best to things that are important to you, you've got to commit yourself to becoming more aware of how you react and the vocabulary that you use when you're feeling stressed. I'm a little bit concerned instead of devastated. I'm a little bit challenged. This is something that needs the best of me. Let me pay attention. I'm feeling scared. Not stressed. How can I deal with my fear so that I can actually deal with what I need to deal with? And all of these are only accessible when we're conscious, when we make the decision that we want to feel better.